In this video, we're going to be covering one of the most important parts in the whole AI OFM business model. Matter of fact, let me restate that for you so you understand. We're going to be covering the most important part of your AI OFM business, and that's the social media aspect. And today specifically, we're going to be looking at Instagram in detail. Now, the thing about Instagram is it's the make or break. This is what's going to get you most of your clients. You know, there are different things that go into it, obviously, but the most important part of all of it, because everything else doesn't matter without this. The most important part of all of it is the marketing, and most of the marketing will definitely, most certainly come from Instagram. So it's Instagram, Threads, Twitter, Reddit, all the others, but Instagram will always be top one. That's where most of the action comes from. So today I'm going to be telling you exactly how to go about making your Instagram posts go viral, how to actually manage and use your Instagram account, and also in detail how we're going to go about targeting US audiences. When making an Instagram page for your AI model, there are going to be multiple important facets you're going to have to pay attention to and keep a keen eye open for in order to go about this the right way. And one of the most important things is targeting a first world country audience. And more specifically so, I'd say you need to target a US audience. Now, for the less experienced of the bunch, I'm going to give you a quick, in-depth, super simple answer for y'all to understand. The US are the most degenerate. Now, first world in general is fine. It's very simple and it's self-explanatory. They just have higher incomes and they have more disposable money. All right, they have more disposable income, so they can throw away more money easier than Indians or Pakistan, wherever the fuck the other countries you're targeting come from. Right? You're gonna want to target first world countries. Now, specifically, I'd say fuck the other two. It doesn't matter. UK, Australia, those don't matter. Fuck them. They do not exist. You're gonna want to target mostly, especially with the AI facet here. If you had a regular OF model, fine, you can target them all. But if you're talking about an AI model, UK could work potentially, but I'd say focus on the USA. The USA, most degenerate, usually dumber, and it's way easier for them to actually think that your AI model is an actual model. You'll see conversions are actually higher on the US market than on any other market, especially if your most of your followers are indeed Americans. So that's one thing. Now, how do you go about targeting said Americans? How do you do this on Instagram? I'm gonna give you a list of ways to do it. Okay, now I don't really need to show you how to do it because it's very self-explanatory, but generally speaking, it's as followed. First of all, location tagging. When you're on Instagram and you post a picture, let's say you had a model and you took a picture in some random bar, but it's not actually a picture, it's a picture you generated on Picasso, let's say, right? But it's a genuine bar that looks legit, coffee bar. Instead of just posting it and saying hi or some dumb shit to get some random dude horny, instead of doing that, what you do is do the exact same thing and say the exact same random shit you're gonna say to get the random dude horny. But this time, you're gonna add a new location tag, and the location is gonna be somewhere in the USA. So it's gonna be, let's say, picture of the bar, hey, just waiting to meet my new best friend, some bullshit, smiley face, get the gooners up in the chat. And then, on the location, you're gonna put New York and then some low-key bar. It's really easy. You're just gonna put New York and then just look up some random bar that not a lot of people go to. Don't go to any mainstream ones because sometimes this doesn't really happen very often, but occasionally you'd run into the professional gooner that's out here following AIOF models, but also goes out and knows these, mainstream places, and so it's more likely that it's gonna come across it on your page, and then, it could look false. And a lot of your clients don't really know your AI, so you don't want to just go around playing around with that too much. If you do it, it doesn't really matter, but that's just a quick little example that I could give you. So location tagging, geolocation is very important, very, very useful. Second thing, follow and engage with US-based stuff. A lot of the times when you actually make an Instagram page, every other person, especially when you're warming up your account and you begin, a lot of people will just tell you, just follow accounts in your niche. That way you can bounce off ideas and then copy whatever works, and then you can just keep getting the new content being fed to you directly from other influencers in your niche. But I say, fuck that. Make a new account and do that on the other account. This one that you're actually trying to target US audiences with, you're gonna go for US bullshit. Nobody cares about baseball. Nobody gives a shit about baseball. Follow baseball. Watch basketball, because most of the basketball NBA fans are from the USA. So if you're watching American sports and you're watching American news, follow CNN, follow Sky News. All of these American-based things, everything American-related, American news, American talents, like actual singers. I don't know, follow The Rock, Taylor Swift, Donald Trump, all these people that are like fully American, and most of the people that actually know them are American. Don't go following famous football stars or anything like that. Follow American idols or American figures or American politicians, actual things that are based in America only. Do this, and you'll see that a lot of the content that is being fed to you, especially if you're following all these news outlets that are American and you're engaging with them and you're commenting on them, you'll see that most of the content that's being fed to you is American. And by extension, the people that will view your content will also be American, because they're going to want to counter-match. They're going to want to cross-match these things. Now, you don't really need a VPN, and you're not going to need any of the proxies, because, you know, a lot of people think that it's super necessary to have a proxy VPN, do all this shit. You don't need that. You can live in fucking Pakistan in the smallest hole in the sand, as long as you have an internet connection in the phone with Instagram on, and you do these things. There is no way. I'm telling you, you will target the U.S. audience. That's the second thing. The third thing, and this one is actually, this one is a bit controversial, but in my opinion, it could actually help. It could definitely help. When you post pictures with your geolocation, you're gonna want to use American slang. So when you put your captions, don't post regular English, don't use any UK slang, just use American slang. It's very easy. If you're not American and you don't know what American slang is, if you shit talk on Xbox Live, if you game, then you know what American slang is. It's very easy, right? Very, very fucking easy. But if you don't, then you can always just use one of the AI chatbots, ChatGPT, Grok, whatever the fuck, and then just figure out what American slang is, and then just use certain catchphrases for your AI models post. Super easy. And when you're posting, this is just a little side thing. It doesn't really, I don't have proof that it works, but it could potentially work. So I'm going to still put this in here just in case, you know, as a little extra golden nugget of information for those of you who actually care. You could post American items on your post. So occasionally, you know, you're doing everything as I said with the geolocations and all that, but you're also going to be using American like flags. Like occasionally you're going to put like a post up with an American flag in it, that kind of stuff. It's really small, it's really like extra added detail, but if you're in India and Mumbai and you know that nobody's gonna buy your shit fucking up all the way up there in India, then yeah, you're gonna wanna try everything out under the sun, right? So that's one of the extra things that you could definitely try. Now, I'm gonna try and give out as much free sauce as humanly possible in this video, but for obvious reasons, not everything can be stated, not everything can be given out. So for those of you who actually want to learn this extensively and want a one-stop shop, basically just go in there, learn everything, hop out and start making money, click the link down below, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be very satisfied with it. You're going to enjoy it. It's been handcrafted, best of the best information's in there. Keep updating it, and I think it'll be a very, very nice resource for every single one of you. Anyway, now we've got the audience targeting out the way. Now we're going to go about posting strategy and content in general. So this one's not going to be too long. It doesn't need to be excessively long because this is also self-explanatory. But we have two ways of going about this. First way, okay, this is actually something that I preach. This is something that I do myself. First thing I'd say is you need two accounts for your model. So let's say you have model A. Her name is Madison, right? So you have Madison. So Madison is going to have one main account where she's going to be posting pictures, good, high quality pictures, because I know that if you're using the AI generators that we're talking about, that your pictures are going to be very high quality and you're going to have pretty convincing pictures. They're going to look really good. So when you put those pictures in there, it's going to make your page look really professional. So you have good pictures. You're going to start getting engagement if you do everything right with the targeting, with the audience targeting, right? And posting good pictures, you're going to start getting engagement. That's how you're going to go about making your profile seem legit. So when people see it and then they see a nice following, or even if it's just 1,000, it doesn't need to be super high. If you have 10,000, 20,000, that's fine. If you have money and you can go buy an aged account with a few thousand followers, that's also good. You can start from zero. You can start from scratch. It's completely fine. It doesn't really matter how you go about it. If you have extra money, it could help you. I've done both. I've started from zero. I've bought accounts before. It's basically the same. The only difference is when you buy an account, it's kind of harder to get it back into the algorithm because it has some of them have botted followers, some of them have dead followers. So when they try to promote your videos, they send it over to the dead followers, and then it's just kind of hard for them to reset. Usually, I'm just going to cut this short for you. Usually when you have a bot account, let's say a new account with 20,000 followers that you just got from some website, right? You get that, you're posting on it. You have to post on it consistently for a month, a month or so, and then you'll see that your shit starts getting pushed out in the Reels algorithm and the algorithm in general. You'll see that's where most of your new engagement is going to come from. But in the beginning, it's going to look like it's halted. It's going to look like you're shadow banned, and it's just going to be annoying. If you make a new account, you're going to have a whole plethora of different issues. You may go viral on your first. You may never go viral. You may get shadow banned and then cooked. You may not warm up your account right and then get cooked. Or you may do everything perfect and then blow up after a certain period of time, but you don't know what that period of time is. It could be a week, it could be 2, it could be 3 months. That's the issue with new accounts. So you just really need to decide how you're going to go about it, pick up this content strategy, and with the right content strategy, that way you don't have to get to the 3-month period. You can also do it within a week, you can do it within 2 days. And I've actually helped a friend do this within 2 days. Made a new account. This is a story. I actually had an account I wanted to give him, a 10,000 follower account, almost 10,000 followers. I wanted to give him that account, put his information in it, whatever, and just start posting on it. And then he was supposed to go viral after a month. But then he said, no, I don't want to actually make a new account. Made a real account, which is what we're about to get into. Made a real account, started posting, and then his third reel actually blew up, got 100,000 views. And that's the magic. So, as I said, okay, let's get back on track here. As I said, we're going to have one main account that's going to be focused on posting pictures. That's going to be your legit accounts. We're going to put your FanView link. That's where your link tree. You're never going to put the actual FanView link directly in there. You're going to put the link tree, or to get all my links, whatever your link shortener service is, you're going to put it on the bio in this account. This is your main account. And the secondary account is where you're going to be posting your reels on. You're going to make a reels account. Now, why is it important for you to make a reels account? Because a lot of you have good pictures, right? Because the pictures are good. But then the videos you create are super generic and ass. Most likely terrible, unbelievable. They look shit. They look fabricated. Some of the videos are just horrendous. Now, when I say horrendous, Reels doesn't need quality. As you can see, you have 360p videos. These random fucking low-ass quality videos still go super viral. So that doesn't matter. All that matters in Reels is consistency. And if you have the ability to make high-quality videos, then always, always, always opt for that. Because it will increase your chances in going viral. So, the better the chances, the better it is. If you're not good enough at making video, if your videos are ass, it's fine. You're just going to have to post more videos, and it's going to be a bit harder for you. But you will eventually do it with enough consistency. If your videos are super good, then you don't have to be as consistent. It's better if you are more consistent, but you won't have to be as consistent because your videos will have somewhat of a difference, and they will stand out, and they will eventually get views. That's how it works on Reels. The thing with Reels is a lot of them are going to flop, and it's going to look really bad on your account. So if you have a Reels account and they flop and they're just there, it doesn't matter. Plus, you're going to be driving the traffic over to your main page anyway. And that's just a good way of doing it if you don't want to fuck your main account up. That's something that I advise for a lot of people to do, especially if they have really good pictures. If you have really good pictures, you can grow an account based off of those pictures. Maybe the occasional carousel post, which is really good as well. And then just have a reel account where you're going to be posting all the reels on there. You're going to be making all those dance videos that you use with your Kling AI, Kling 2.0, whatever the fuck you're using. Especially if you guys follow me and know my strategies, then you're going to be using Picasso or any of those websites that I show you guys how to use. And then you can then use that information and go do the videos, and they will usually look pretty good. So you can do that and then post that on your real account, and then your real account will then transfer. A lot of the people that actually care about going to your FanView page won't mind switching pages because they're hoarding enough to do that. They're getting hoarding enough to do that, and then click an extra link. It's fine. Will it cut out potential leads? Yes, it will, because people are lazy. Inherently, they're lazy. Even when it comes to beating your shit, they're still fucking lazy. It is what it is. That's one method. Second method would be to do the exact same thing, right? Posting pictures, posting reels, but this time, no discrimination. You can do that on the same account. But when you're posting your reels, you will then remove the reels from your feed so that they only stay on the reels tab. It's a possibility, but again, if your reels are bad, it will stay in your account. I'm telling you this. If your reels are not good quality, if your reels are shit, remember and be honest with yourself. If your reels are ass cheeks, they're buns, remember, people will see this and then it will stain the integrity of your main account. But if they're good, you can always go about doing that. And then it's also better because you're not going to be losing the conversions that you would have been losing otherwise if you made another account. And that's the real strategy as a whole. Now, what reels to make, what pictures to make, all of the details and that information. You know, I could get into it. I could show you a million examples. But should I do that right now? Is that really important? I don't think it is. It's really fucking easy to do anyway. Just look up 10 OG regular OnlyFans models and see what they post. Just look at their posts. Just go on some random bitch. Who's a random bitch? Whatever her name is. Just click on her fucking profile. Click on that shit. Look at it. Be like, oh, okay. This is a video that got 1 million views. 200,000, 200,000, 300,000, 6 million, 200,000, 200,000. Go through them all. Click on the 6 million view one. And then just see what she did there. And do the same for a few other models. Then boom, you see what works. Then you just try to recreate with your AI model. It's very simple. It's not hard. Especially when you're doing the reels, you don't even need to plan the content very much. You just go to your compiler, you write down whatever it is, and then it does it for you. Obviously, there are limitations, but generally speaking, the easy stuff, just giving you a quick example, having a girl sitting on a bed and then getting up, stroking her hair, and then swaying her hips from left to right. Let's say it's some trend that they're doing that. You can definitely take that, write down your compiler, and then it's going to be able to do it for you. Now, the more advanced things of, the rage baiting chicks, jumping on Lamborghinis, breaking windshields and all that, you're not going to be able to do that yet. It will come, but not right now. So just know the limitations. And the simple videos, which are most likely the ones that go viral anyway, it's always those simple 7-second videos that they're just standing there looking at the camera, or maybe lip syncing, or just moving around doing absolutely nothing. Those are usually the ones that go mega viral anyway. So you just look at those and then you can recreate those. But just know that AI compilers still have their limits for now. You don't even really need to use hashtags as well, which is another thing I was going to get into. Hashtags on an AI or OF girl page in general, especially if it's not a niched one. If you have a goth girl that's specifically a cosplayer, then fine. If you have something that's very niche, then you're more likely going to go viral anyway, because there's not going to be as much competition as a regular the girl next door type of OF model. But in that case, when it's actually really niche down, then it could help, but it's not a make or break type of thing, so it doesn't really matter. You could still get away with not doing it. You could still definitely run an AI model, get a hell of views, and actually blow up without using hashtags. If it's niche down, do it. If it's not niche down, you don't have to do it. So generally speaking, you don't even need hashtags. And even if you do choose to use hashtags, don't spam. Just use 4 that generally relate to whatever the video is about, and you're set. That's how to go about doing that. This goes without saying, but I'm going to acknowledge it anyway, because you never know with people nowadays, honestly. But if you've gone through all the hassles of targeting US audiences, and you put the locations, and you're following the US public figures, and you're doing all this extra shit, and you do not live in the US, which makes it exponentially harder for you, and you live in fucking Pakistan or whatever the fuck. If you live there and you need to target US audiences, this should be obvious, and it's pertinent that you do this, but this should be super obvious to you, but you're going to be posting in US times, not your time, not 6 p.m. your time. You're going to be posting at US time. So you're going to look at your calendar, you're going to look on the internet, or you're going to look at US time zones, and you're going to be posting your content. You're going to be scheduling it to match the US time zone. So you're going to be putting it afternoon, evening, somewhere around 6 p.m., 7 p.m., or 2 p.m., 1 p.m. to actually post your videos US time, not your time. Thought I'd just acknowledge this to make sure that we're square on that department. Now we have the targeting, and we have the content planning and how we're going to go about scheduling and creating our content. So when you pick your content strategy, whether it be reel account, main account posts pictures, reel account goes for reels and just farms as much as possible. When you have a reel account, you can also just post infinite reels. Post 4 reels a day, 5 reels a day, just spam reels, and then you'll see that you'll eventually start to gain traction, as long as your reels are not really abominable or horrendous to an extent that it's just unwatchable. As long as that's not the case with you, you will eventually get views. If your reels are good, then it will just take you a shorter period of time. Eventually, maybe after 5-6 reels, you get one of those good ones. You get one that pops off, and then you'll see your growth, and you'll see the stagnancy just end there. That's good. If you pick that strategy, if you pick the other strategy of just having a main account, having super clean, but if you pick the main account one and just using the reels on your main account, then obviously you need to be very, very truthful with yourself and know that your reels are clean and not shit. Now, if that's the case, do that. Once you pick one of these 2 content strategies, the only thing that really matters, and you also understand about how you're going to go about targeting US audiences, especially if you don't live in the US, then what you're going to have to do is understand what type of content you're going to be posting. And this is where niching down comes in. Now, if you have a generally conventionally attractive AI model, but she's not niche down to anything, she's just, you know, a random regular ass girl next door type girl, right? Nothing special, just big tit bimbo blonde with blue eyes. Then at that point, it might be a bit harder to stand out. And standing out is what gets you real views, because all that really matters is real views. Your model standing out, nobody gives a fuck, honestly. The only thing that really matters is views. How do you get views? By standing out. And you're not gonna get views the way 2012 Instagram algorithm worked or 2014 Instagram algorithm worked. Now it's about just garnering attention, and the only way you're gonna get attention is by getting watch time, and you're not gonna get watch time if people see something they've seen 1,000 times. You're just gonna see that shit, instantly scroll, and you're cooked and fucked. And that's your problem. So what you're gonna wanna do is put something somewhat attention grabbing, even if it's clickbaity, even if it's just something that, you know, something controversial, whatever, something that will just get the random 3 IQ scroller that's gonna be scrolling on to just stick on that shit a bit longer than he'd stick on a regular video. How would you go about doing that is up to you. Your blonde chick could have 3 tits. Your blonde chick could fucking have red eyes. It doesn't really matter what you do, just needs to be somewhat unique. And that's where the niching down usually comes in. So you don't see a lot of goth girls that are anime cosplayers. It happens, but you know, they're just not as common as regular bimbos. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at these girls and then you're just gonna niche down, and that's where I said that the important, you know, the hashtags, the niching down hashtags could actually help you. So when you're making your model and you want to stand out somewhat so that your views would go up, because if you don't stand out, your views will remain stagnant, do something like that. Put on a fucking Sharingan. Put a Sharingan on your model. Put a Rinnegan on your model. Put some anime eyes on your model while she's dancing. Do something like that, and you'll see how your views go exponentially higher. That's how you're going to go about captivating and catching attention. Now, it doesn't really matter, especially in this hot girl niche thing, AI models, OF models, it doesn't really matter. Guys are just really low IQ, especially when it comes to this whole industry and the type of men that are going to be watching the content anyway. So it doesn't really need to be something that's very thought-provoking or anything like that. It just needs to be controversial, attention-grabbing, maybe even semi-clickbaity, and that's it. All you really need is an attractive girl. That's where the attention grabbing comes. And then you're gonna want said girl to also be attention grabbing enough that he doesn't instantly scroll off of her. How do you do that? You just don't make her look like his next door fucking girl neighbor. That's how it is. That's how easy it is. Simple trick, colorful eyes, anime fucking clothes, something of the sorts. You'll see. You do that, put a nice little sound on it, girl just dances, boom, oh shit, he's stuck. Watches it 2 times, watches it 3 times, maybe leaves some heart eye emoji comments. You just got a video that's been watched 3 times and commented on. That's really good for the algorithm. Algorithm pushes it out, boom, viral video. That's how a viral video is made. So just keep doing that and keep that process in your brain. Remember, the way a viral video is made doesn't really matter what the content is. As long as the content could get the person to sit there, look at the video, not scroll off of it, maybe even interact with it to some extent, whether it be liking, sharing, or commenting, or even reading controversial comments. That's why bad videos, controversial videos with, you know, bad connotations to them, do very well. You'd see a video of some chick doing some debaucherous shit, some crazy shit, and then everybody is tearing her apart in the comments, and they're just having these feminism debates or whatever the fuck in the comments. You see 15,000 comments. Why is that? The video is obviously terrible. Nobody likes what's happening in the video, but the engagement, the sheer amount of engagement, the fact that they're invested in the comments, arguing with each other, is what gets the engagement so high. That you understand, because they're sitting there, and then the video is also playing in the background, so they're just adding and farming watch time for the video, and that's what makes it successful. How can you recreate this for your AI model? Think about that. I gave you quick examples about how you can do it, and that's where niching down comes into play. So you can do something unique, whether it be a cosplayer girl, goth girl, redhead girl that has some unique feature. Nuggets. You could do a nugget AI, like one of those. You could do a midget AI model. Like, I don't care what the fuck you do. Do something like that, and you'll see how it's just somewhat polarizing. They stick on it, they see it, your videos get more views. And once you get high views, you will get fan view subscribers. Simple as that. So now at this point, we've gone through audience targeting, content strategy, and how to go about getting views on your videos. Polarization, something unique, clickbait, whatever means necessary. This is what you're gonna need to focus on. Just remember these things. Don't focus on low income audiences. You're gonna earn $2. If you focus on India, you're gonna make $2 in a year. It's gonna be your highest earning year ever. Don't focus on that shit. You need Americans. America, that's where you're targeting. Remember that. 1, content strategy. Are your reels shit? If they are, whatever, okay? Either improve your reels or just make a reels account. Spam reels over there, gain views, boom. Farm that way. That's good as well. Have your main account, have a reels account. If your reels are good, have one account, that's perfect. Now, how are you gonna go about making the video? Just make your content stand out somehow. If you make a random girl with shitty reels just dancing around, you can make money. It's just gonna be really hard and you're gonna have to generate a lot of videos. And there's a very high likelihood that if it's really, really generic and really, really bad, that you will have to post 150 reels, 300 reels till you actually start getting traction. You will get subs eventually. Everyone gets subs. You will get a sub. But it's just gonna be a very hard, annoying journey. And you're not gonna make a lot of money in the beginning. And it's gonna be really frustrating. And you might just experience burnout before you even start earning. That's the main issue. So that's why quality really matters. And a unique model will really help, because then it just cuts down the initial work they actually have to do. So if you have a good model that's somewhat polarizing enough to get people to stick around on your video and rewatch it and interact with it, you will get higher views. Higher views equals higher subs. Remember that. So that's everything you really need to know about Instagram. That's how you're gonna go about actually making a big audience Instagram. Hopefully this helped. I'll see you guys in the next one.